Hello and welcome to the channel. For today's tutorial, I'll be sharing with you how I made this corset with sleeve. So in our previous video, I drafted the corset pattern. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for watching, and if you're a new subscriber, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. I've gone ahead to cut out the pattern. So here is my pattern for the centerpiece. I placed it on fold and I added ½ inch round. So I added ½ inch round it, as you can see. And for my lining piece, I added gum stay to it. So for your material, you can go ahead and attach hair stay if you're working with a very light material. So going over to the pattern for the two side, I added ½ inch round where I'm going to join it to the middle piece, but at the side I did not add ½ inch. So for the lining also, I also ironed gum stay on it. And moving over to my cup pattern, I placed my pattern on the fabric and I cut out two pieces, one for each side of the cup, and I went ahead to add ½ inch to it also. So you can as well add stay to your material, but I'm working with a brocade material and it's very thick. So after this, I'm moving over to the lining of the cup where I also ironed gum stay on it. So for the cup, you're going to cut two pieces like I said earlier, one for the other side, and this is the other part of the cup. So I cut out gum stay and ironed it to the lining part also. And this is my back piece. All I did was to iron gum stay to the lining. Next thing I'm going to do is to unpin my pattern from the fabric, and I'm going to show you how you're going to join each pattern to the next. So this my center, I cut it on fold. You can as well cut yours into two and join back. So for the side, I'm going to unpin the pattern from the fabric also. So I'm going to go ahead and I will open it up. So I have two pieces. So one, I'm going to place it on the other side and one at the other side. So you're going to join with half at each part. So this is what you have for the front. So whatever you do for your main fabric, you're also going to do that to your lining also. And make sure to notch after joining the patterns together, and if you have excess on your lining, you can as well trim off. Moving over to the cup of the corset, so I'm using a soft wadding for this, so I cut out double for my cup. So you can as well use a bra foam or an already made cup depending on what you want to make use of. So I'm just going to unpin my pattern from the lining, fabric and wadding that I've cut out. So I'll go ahead and I'll arrange my pattern accordingly. So for my wadding, I'm going to have two pieces for each side of the cup. So remember, I'm using a light wadding. So if you're using a thick wadding, you don't have to do this. If you're also using a foam bra or an already made cup, you don't have to do this. So I'll go ahead and I will arrange the cup for the other side also. After arranging my cup accordingly, the next thing I'm going to do is to go to the sewing machine and I'm going to join my cup together. I'm going to join my cup first before attaching it to the material. And while joining, I'm going to sew on the part that is not shiny because I'll be ironing the shiny parts to the already made cup. So this is only applicable to people that are using wadding or foam bra because there's a shiny part. If you're using an already made cup, there won't be any need for this. So I've gone ahead and I've joined the cup. So after joining the cup, this is what it looks like. I also went ahead to notch the inside so that it can relax very well. Moving over to the main fabric and the lining, I'm going to open my pattern and I'm going to place it accordingly. So while placing your cup for each part of the corset cup, be careful not to mistake one with another one. And that's why it's important to label your pattern to avoid that mistake. And also for the lining piece, I arranged it accordingly. So I placed one cup, I labeled one with the other part I labeled two, and I placed it together. So after arranging it, the next thing I'll do is to place my pattern and I will sew with half. I'll also do it at that other part of the lining and also to the main fabric, and also do it to the other side of the other cup. So I'm done joining the cup. This is what I have at this point. As you can see, they are all looking very nice and neat. And don't forget to notch so that it will be relaxed also. It will give you that relaxed look. So going over to my wording that I joined, I'm going to place my pattern on it, and I notice that my wording is bigger than my cup. So what I'm going to do is just to trace out the exact shape I have on my material or on the cup that I joined. After cutting out the cup, I'm going to place my tailor's ham underneath it and I'm going to iron with it. So I'm also going to trace out the little excess that I have afterwards. So before I do that, I'm going to place my hemming gum on the shiny part of the cup this way. So this is applicable for those that are using already made cup. You can cut out tiny pieces of your hemming gum on top of your cup and you're going to iron your main fabric to it. So this is also applicable for people that are using already made cup, just like I said. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to iron for it to stick on your cup. You're going to iron very well. So if you don't have a tailor's ham or you don't know how to make one, I have a video on this channel on how to make a tailor's ham. It comes in handy when you're ironing bustier and corset. So you're going to iron very well for your cup to sit in very well to your wording, your bra foam or your already made cup. After ironing this part of the cup, I'm going to do the exact thing I did for this cup for the other side of the cup also. After ironing for my two cups, this is what I have. As you can see, is looking very firm and the cup is sitting still. Sorry, the wording is sitting very well inside the cup. So the next thing you're going to do after this is to create boning channels for your corset. So this is a black material. I'm just going to cut out strips from it to create boning channel on this part of my corset. You can go ahead and create as many boning channels you want. And for my back also, I'm going to create a boning channel at the back. So for the strips I'm going to cut, I'm just going to measure about 1.5 inches and I'm going to cut. So I'm done cutting the strips. This is what I have and I'm going to use it to create my boning channel. So next what I'm going to do is to place it this way and sew with 1/2 inch. After sewing, I'm going to flip it to the other side this way and then fold it in with half and top stitch at the other side. And I will also do it at the center and also at the other joining. So I'm just going to repeat again. I'm going to place it sew with half, flip it this way and fold it in with half again, and I'm going to top stitch, creating a boning channel. I'll also go ahead and create boning channels for my back. So this is my pattern. I've gone ahead and I've created the boning channels. So this is what I have, and also at the back I also created just one boning channel. So the next step you're going to take from here is to attach your cup to the body of your corset. While joining your cup to the corset, the joining at the body of the corset and the joining at the cup is going to meet, and you're just going to pin it down this way. So if it's easy for you to sew around, it's okay for you to do that, but I'm just going to illustrate so that it will be easy for beginners. So I'm just going to pin it at that point. After pinning it at that point, I'm also going to pin the cup round. So you're going to make sure the cup fits into the space you have for the cup. So while pinning, if you notice that the space you have is not fitting into your cup, so don't worry at this point. What you're going to do right now is you're going to get your scissors. So you're going to notch at this point just a little to accommodate your. So why notching? Don't notch too much, just a little. So if it doesn't, you're just slightly going to notch it back again, just for the cup to fit into the space you have. So after doing this, you're going to notice that the cup fits into the space, and you're just going to pin your cup to the body of the corset. So you're going to do this round the corset cup. After doing that, you're also going to the other part and you're going to pin it to make it easy or easier for you to join your cup. So after pinning my cup for this side, I'll go ahead and I'll also pin the other corset cup to the other side also. So after pinning the cup for one side, this is the effect you're going to see. As you see, it's standing or sitting in very well. You're also going to pin the other one too, just like I said. So moving over to the lining piece, just the same way you pinned your cup to the body of the corset, that's the same way you're also going to pin it too. So this is it. So I'm done joining, and this is what I have. So from here, the next thing you're going to do is to insert your boning into your boning casing. So I've gone ahead and I've cut out my boning. So I'm using a plastic boning for this. You can as well use a sewable boning. So before inserting my plastic boning, I'm going to wrap the edges of my boning with a sellotape. So if you don't want to wrap it with a sellotape, you can go ahead and use a lighter to melt the sharp edges of the plastic boning. So the reason why you're concealing the edges is to avoid poking from the dress or poking the person that is wearing the corset. So after wrapping the edges, I'm just going to insert the plastic boning into my corset. So if you're using a plastic boning, you're not going to let the boning reach to the end of your corset, because you're going to turn it up with half. So you're also going to insert your boning to all other boning channels that you have created, just the way I did for the other side. After inserting your boning, you're going to place your lining for the back and you're going to stitch up round. So coming over to the front, I'm going to bring my lining and I'm going to place it this way, and I'm going to pin it down. I'm going to pin it down, make sure it's outlining, and I'm going to stitch it up. I'm going to stitch it up, even up to this side. So what I'll do is I'm going to leave about few inches here that I'll use in turning it up. I'm going to leave, then later I'm going to top stitch it. So I've gone ahead and I've sewed and I have notched it round. So I left this opening by the side, which I'm going to use to turn my sewing. I'm also going to turn the back. So at this point, if you find this video very interesting, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, share and drop your comments. So at this point, I'm done turning. This is what I have, and at that opening I'm just going to fold it inside and I'm going to top stitch. So for the side at the back, I'm also going to top stitch at both sides also. After top stitching, I'm going to iron, and after ironing, what I'll do is to take my back pattern and I'm going to place it the right part at the other part, and I'm going to stitch up. So at this part, I'm also going to join it. By the time I'm done joining it, I'm going to iron, and at the cup area I'm going to place my tailor's hand underneath it, and I'm going to iron very well for it to stand very well. So I'm going to do just that, and I'm going to bring it for you to see. So for the sleeve, this is what I cut. So if you watched the pattern drafting, you will see where I cut out my sleeve. So just for you to remember, the measurement of the sleeve I cut out is 16 inches and a half on fold by 12 inches. So this is not a constant. You can as well add to yours or reduce depending on what you want. So I'm going to open it up this way. So I'm going to show you what you're going to do. So at the upper part of your sleeve, you're going to fold it in with half and half, and at the lower part also you're going to fold it in with half and half. So after sewing, you're going to pass elastic through that part that you folded. So after doing it to this, you're going to do it to the other part of the sleeve. So this is my corset. I've gone ahead and I've attached it by the side, and also for my sleeve I've added elastic at the upper part and at the lower part, and this is what my corset looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to fold my sleeve into two, and I'm going to sew with 1/2 inch, and I'll do it to the other part of the sleeve. Going to the back, I'm going to attach zipper at the back of my corset. So this is my corset. As you can see, is looking very neat and finished. So this is my corset pattern. I've gone ahead and I have attached the zip to the back of the corset. So this is what my corset is looking like at this point. Next thing I'm going to do is to flip my corset this way, and I'm going to pick my sleeve. So at that part that I joined it with half, I'm going to get that point, and I'm going to get where I joined my corset, and I'm going to stitch it to it. After doing it, so you can wear this corset in two ways. One, you can wear it like an off shoulder, and two, you can pull off the sleeve forming a normal shoulder. I'll join it and show you the final look. With this, we have come to the end of the tutorial. If you find this very interesting, please give this video a thumbs up, share and leave your comment at the comment section, and don't forget to turn on the notification to get new updates from my channel. And thank you for watching.